Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and today I'll be talking about God's mercy. So, in the New Testament, if we have a look at John 8, it talks to us about the story of Jesus and the adulterous woman. So, in summary, we have the Pharisees who caught this woman in an act of adultery. And so when Jesus was told about this, his response was, let the one who is without sin cast the first stone. And so when Jesus says this, what some of us may not have realized is that since Jesus was without sin, he could have stoned her. Right, if we have a look at Leviticus 20 verse 10, it says, if a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So in this case, we have the adulterous woman, who could have been stoned to death, which is one of the worst punishments of sin, right? And so when Jesus says this, he could have literally cast the first stone, and then all of the rest of the crowd could have joined in. But instead, his response, it shows us his true intentions. It shows us how God is merciful towards us, right? Because if we think about it, we sin every day. Like, it can be lust, it can be envy, it can be worry, it can be whatever. And so because of our sin, because that we at some point make a daily choice of rejecting God, that disobedience deserves eternal death. It deserves our punishment of hell. But if we imagine it, it's like Jesus in this context is himself. Then we have the Pharisees, the crowd, getting ready to cast the stones. We have our Father's wrath. And then the adulterous woman represents us as sinners, right? Our sin deserves the Father's wrath. But then when Jesus steps in, because he was sent to die on the cross, to get crucified, to pay for our sinly debt, and taking away our sin, our punishment, and giving us eternal life and hope instead, we can be forgiven. Just like how in this story, Jesus shows mercy and he forgives the woman for her transgression. So, this is also a really great example of how we should be living, how we should be treating others. We often come across people, it can be friends, it can be family members, it can be even strangers, those who we don't know, or in particular, our enemies. They can do us so much wrong. They can say mean things. They can do things that can really tick us off, right? But God has every right to be mad at us, but he isn't. Jesus shows us his grace instead. And so Jesus even preached on the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5. He preaches about the 8 Beatitudes, one of which says, blessed is the one who shows mercy, who is merciful, just as the Father is merciful to them, or something along those lines. Right, so one of the 8 Beatitudes, it talks about mercy. And so that is why we should be treating everyone around us with mercy, because we have received mercy from the Father. And when we show mercy, we are representing the one who made us. We are representing our Creator, our loving Father. So I may not know who's on the other side of the screen, but I really hope that this message blesses you and encourages you. Have a blessed day.